Welcome back to Resident Evil 5 Professional Mode. Today we're going to start the next chapter, which is 3-2. Once again, we're picking Sheva as our main character. Standard inventory as usual. For the first segment of the level, pretty much what you want to do is you want to stick out in this little hut area at first, once the cutscene triggers. And take out your rifle and have both people just kind of snipe out everyone at the beginning of the level. This is a great spot in order to get everyone because they'll still be really far away from you and they won't really have a chance in order to hit you. So as long as you just give the area a few scans and just make sure that you kill everyone on the way, nobody should ever touch you in this first segment. It's really easy. Once you see that the way is clear, just move forward a little bit. There's going to be one guy over here on the left who spawns all the way a little closer here. There he is. Just get him. If the guys ever jump across the bridges, just pull out your shotgun and just kind of take them out. There's one guy all the way over there on the opposite end. There you go, Chris. Nice job. Good to know the AI can still pull its own weight. You're going to get a second wave of guys before you actually jump down that ladder, so it's a good idea to stick around right before it, just so that you have a little bit of distance in between yourself and all the enemy players. That way the arrows probably won't hit you. Music stopped playing. We're pretty much safe for the rest of this first segment. However, we still have one more part before we can really just run through everything. And that's this little raft segment. And it can be a little stressful, mainly due to the fact that the commands for the actual raft itself, in order to dodge the crocodile for the QuickTime events, are random every time you run through the level. The commands itself are A and D and Q and E, or at least that's what I have it for mine. The actual commands themselves are random, but they'll always be the combination ones. So as long as you just remember that much, then you should be able to get through this. There are only 4 of them, if I recall. There we go. So once you get that, hit this little button that matches Safari Chris's outfit so badly. Open up this here door. And now, since there's pretty much nothing else that can possibly touch us for this next segment, I am just going to completely speed up this entire segment because, like I said, there's pretty much nothing that can happen to you at this point that will cause you to crash, burn, and die. There are treasures in those 2 torches right there that I just passed. So if you want a little extra money as you're running around, then that's a pretty good way in order to get some extra cash. There's a first aid spray in the second tent. I went in the first one by accident. And make sure you rocket into the grass there. Not strictly necessary, but there are actually snakes in the grass. So if you shoot a rocket launcher down at the grass, there's a chance that you could possibly get an egg. And that's a pretty good healing item, you know, just in case, along with the first aid spray in the tent. So once you get to the oil rig, move up to the top left so you can get that guy immediately. Then jump down. And there will be a bunch of guys that spawn in from the right. I think there's 3 of them. Just shoot them all out with either your shotgun or your magnum. I just use a magnum because that's just what I happen to have out at the time. There's going to be one guy who comes in along with his buddy in about 10 seconds. There he is. Get him as well. At this point, you pretty much have a straight shot up the ladder. So just gonna climb up here for a sec. I have my partner get this because sometimes there are a few guys that are... Ow! Yeah, that guy really likes to snipe you out. So make sure that you get him before you actually come up here. Or when you get up there. See, this is where that brown egg comes in handy because that can easily save your butt. Just watch this ladder here for a second once you get to this particular segment because there will be a few guys that come up here. Just, you know, shoot them out. And I can't believe I missed that guy. Just kind of hang out here until you get all the enemies and then jump down and then head over here to the right. Climb up this next ladder in order to get the zip line ready. Doesn't seem to be anyone. Use zipline all the way down. Now, get your rocket launcher ready because there's going to be a chainsaw guy that spawns right behind you. So pull that out. He's down. Now, because we're playing on professional mode, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but the chainsaw guys actually can get up, and they will get up on professional mode, so just be aware of that. So once you pull that valve, it's a good idea to make sure that he doesn't get back up. Or it's a good idea to wait around a little bit and for him in order to get back up so you can shoot him in the face. Of course, I move ahead, and now that he's actually back up, because you can hear the chainsaw, when I get to this little segment right here and I see him, I just pull my rocket launcher. There you go. Crisis averted. Always nice to confirm your kills. Come up here, do the exact same thing. Get the zip line up and ready. Zip line all the way down. Get this valve as well. And there you go. Now there's going to be another chainsaw guy that comes out around once you remove this steel bar. So if you're playing this on co-op, have one person with the rocket launcher all the way over here in the back. Get him as he comes through the door. Wait for him to chainsaw open that door before you shoot a rocket through, because that was actually an extremely dangerous move, and I probably would have killed Chris had I done that a little sooner. But you don't have to worry about him getting up at all, because the thing is that the end of this particular segment is so close that as long as you just kind of rush this last segment, you shouldn't have to worry about him getting back up. So just pull out your shotgun as these guys come out and around the corner and just get all of them. It's pretty easy. There you go. Segment over. Just put yourself next to the team door, and Chris will sooner or later be able to get over there. There we go. And now we get to this segment. This is pretty much all going to be handled by your shotgun. Just have both players use their shotgun, take opposite ends of the of this little building, and you should be just fine. If you're doing this on solo, you're going to want to get really good at turning around and checking all the doors. The Hydra and the Jailbreaker are both really good for this because they both have really good ranges, although the Hydra is preferable due to its attack spread. You know, I'm just kind of waiting here just to see if there's anybody here. There we go. Chris, you had a clear, clean shot at that. Why in the world did you not actually shoot anyone? Well, I'm pretty sure sooner or later he'll have a level that he'll actually be really good for. Oh yeah, you can actually shoot their projectiles out of the air, which is actually a pretty good strategy to use in case you end up being really close. Typically you should aim for their weapon more than anything. Same strategies before, shoot them with shotgun, finish them off with the Magnum if you don't actually get them. Now these two big man Majinis, you can just shoot them in the face and they'll die instantly. So don't hesitate to shoot them. Although they do drop treasures if you kill them. So if you want to get a little extra money, lure them inside a little bit and then kill them so that you actually can pick up their treasures when they die. Once you get up this elevator, make sure you pull out your rifle. Don't be an idiot like me. And try and use my Magnum for this. Use your rifle so that you can actually get all these guys. And then once they're all dead, you can pretty much just move forward. You shouldn't have to worry about anybody getting you at this point. You want to turn over to the right. There's going to be a few Majini that come in through the window here. There you go. Shoot them all out. Once again, you should be using your rifle instead of being like me and using a Magnum. Once you make it all the way over to this end over here, you're just going to wait for both Chris and Josh in order to run their butts over here. Once you see Josh drop down that ladder, that's when you should run back over here to this corner. Maybe shoot out a couple of guys that are there as well. Come on, Josh. There you go. Once you get that little prompt, there is your cue to pull out your rocket launcher and just shoot all these guys. Alternatively, you could just use your rifle, but why in the world would you do that when you have a rocket launcher? Make sure you get that chainsaw guy, because he's going to be a big threat if he manages to get all the way over here. Of course, that chainsaw guy actually does get back up, so be aware of that. And make sure that you get him when he actually gets back up and starts charging towards you with his chainsaw. There he is. Oh, I actually thought I didn't get him with that rocket. Once you get that chainsaw guy, that's a pretty good time to run or start making your way back over to the door, because it'll probably be open by the time you actually kill him. So we're just gonna run through this short little segment here. I think there's a team door right here. Yep.
Come on.
Okay. It's Irving's boat.
There's not much in this segment that is gonna happen to you, so pretty much just make a beeline over to Irving's boat and you should be fine. There are a couple of crates lying around here, so if you want to get some extra ammo or gold, that's the way to do it. Now you have 2 minutes in order to get back to this boat. Realistically, you're not going to need that much time. There are 2 guys up in the stairway over to the left. For the longest time, I didn't know who was shooting me, and I kept getting sniped out. Those are the guys that are shooting you, along with a few guys on top of these giant tanks. Once again, you should be using your rifle instead of being an idiot like me and using my Magnum. The PSG is pretty good at hitting those guys from afar. At least the Hydra has enough range in order to snipe out all these guys from far enough away. Now, when you get to this particular segment, you can try to snipe out a couple of these dogs as they first come out. And I actually managed to hit one of the claymore traps from here with my shotgun. But trying to hit some of these dogs from a close range doesn't exactly work, as you can probably no doubt tell. So just bite the bullet and just open the door. I can't believe I skipped that gold ring, but anyway. Yeah, you should probably pick that up as you're running through here. Kill these last couple of guys in between you and the boat. And there you go. Just make a straight beeline over to your boat. And once both of you make it there, the level's over. So overall, not too terribly difficult. There are a couple of segments that are a little strange. But for the most part, as long as you find different spots in order to camp and take it easy and just systematically remove all the enemies to make it safer for you, this level isn't really all that challenging. The last segment can be a little stressful with the time limit, but trust me, you definitely have more than enough time. I think I finished with like 50 seconds left on the clock. So as long as you just manage to shoot at everyone, you should be fine. So there you go. That's the end of 3-2. I'll see you guys next time for when we handle 3-3 and we actually take down Irving. See you then.